What up, what up, what up, internet? Who you are, where you be, where you at, what you see. This is the Pop Cult Crew coming straight to you. And I told you that we won't stop. Yeah, I told you that we won't stop. But on this podcast, we respect boundaries. I'm one of your hosts, Mark M.F. Jones, and I'm joined by.
This is Niels RY, aka consensually. Take that, take that.
And this is Shannon, aka if you don't want co-hosts dancing all in your podcast, ad-libbing all over your recordings, come to Pop Coat Crew.
Grabbing the mic, dancing.
Dancing in the podcast. Then background, nah, yo, those were great AKAs. You know, those are really good. Nails, yours is horrifying and yet hilarious at the same time. Look, we're talking about a documentary that's been in the news, it's been in the media, been in the zeitgeist. It's the Diddy documentary. I don't even know what this thing is officially called, but it's the
Sean Combs' The Reckoning.
Sean Combs' The Reckoning on Netflix, produced by 50 Cent. This is his baby. He years of footage, documentation, and 50 Cent was like, "This is my magnum opus, is the Diddy documentary." But it's been a lot of things in here. I mean, Diddy's been in the news for the past what 2, 3 years now.
Yeah.
He's been on trial. He's in jail. Yeah, just a lot of
I
stuff.
think
And so
he's
this
in
doc,
prison. I think he
or
is.
he's in prison. Yeah, yeah,
He is in prison,
he's in
yes.
lock up. And this documentary has came out recently on Netflix and there's been a huge buzz. And we just said, why not? It's almost Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone. Let's talk about a terrible human being.
Yeah.
Peace on earth. And bad boys for everybody.
Uh,
So
Yes.
we're gonna get into it. Nels, you have a little background about this documentary in general. You want to
Yeah,
share with us?
real quick. I think you did a great job explaining it, but just for further context, the Netflix released in December 2nd a documentary executive produced by 50 Cent called Sean Combs: The Reckoning. It lists several former artists from Bad Boy. It has several former staff members from Bad Boy. It has never seen before footage of events that have happened throughout, like, I want to say 30 years of hip
Yeah,
hop. You know what I'm saying? Like 30 years of like R&B, hip hop, like urban black
yeah,
culture has been captured and documented. And while the documentary spans the majority of Sean Combs' life, a lot of the events, if you look at the timeline of hip hop, correlates with a lot of the big events that happened in hip hop. Some good, a lot bad. So
not
we thought
bad.
it'd be, and because it is so prevalent in pop culture, we thought it, makes sense. Now everybody's been talking about this documentary, but we ain't talked about it. And I think our approach to it would be an enlightening conversation for the pop cult. So thought it would make sense for us to get
Merry
on here and
Christmas.
discuss.
mhm.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So before we get into it, because we're going to break it down where you guys have thought of like three part segments of the documentary that you really, really want to dive in on. But fellas, I just want to go with some things that were going through my mind when watching this documentary. First, I kind of didn't even want to dive into this. Honestly, if y'all didn't bring this up, I probably wasn't going to watch it. And
Same.
it and not like I just not that I don't care. I just like I got a lot going on in my life. The world is a hellfire, and I don't want more like now look how horrible this person. We just like Harvey Dent was right. You either die the hero or you see yourself become the villain. And from Bill Cosby, Diddy, we're seeing a lot of people in their villain arc right now that we grew up with, And like I'm not like, oh, my childhood, whatever. You're a scumbag, you're a scumbag. But like I just wasn't trying to like this documentary has some heavy stuff in it,
Mhm.
right? Some heavy stuff in it. And I felt like everyone was just like it was the sensationalism of them. Like I wasn't getting the sense that people were like, "Dang, this is rough." They're like, "Oh, did you see that? Did you see that?" I'm like, "This is This is horrifying. This documentary is a horror movie. It's like if
Terrible.
Tupac
It's
from
terrible.
Juice, if Tupac from Juice lived and became a billionaire. This is
Um,
what."
A mogul.
A mogul. This is what the documentary would be, you know. But no, I mean, it was very entertaining. And then another thing, just a personal note, I'm done with the like. Just give me an hour and a half, 2 hour documentary. I don't need a 5 episode, 8 episode mini. Like, just get it to me. Just 1 hour and a half. Let's call it a wrap. But
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But it was really well done.
no, it was really well done.
Exceptionally well done.
It was great. It was put together like really
like,
well.
I loved how, well, I'm not gonna say I love, but it was great how there were a couple of themes that kept coming back, no matter where it was. Three things you could count on. That credit scene, like 50 Cent, he was always gonna put up. P. Diddy was like, what was it, the 50 different cases or
Yeah,
counts?
yeah.
It was like 50 different counts, and he's doing jail time served. You were gonna see that. You were gonna see random bottles of baby oil, and you were gonna hear like somebody say, dude was a monster. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it was like three recurring things you could count on. So
Yeah.
If there was a drinking game for that, it wouldn't have been safe.
Yeah.
It would have been
Yeah.
said to do all that drinking. Yes,
take
absolutely.
a shot every time you see a bottle of baby oil. Man,
Yeah.
alcohol
Bro.
poison.
Yes.
So a couple thoughts ran through my head watching this thing. Like one, especially in the beginning of it. In the beginning, it's almost inspiring, right? And it made me. I was like, dang. You really can do anything if you believe in yourself and what you're doing. Like anything's possible. Like you really can accomplish anything if you just put your mind to it, right? Like if you just like this is my goal, I'm grinding, I'm doing this, it will happen. I was and looking at Diddy and then on the other side of this the production of 50 Cent, I was like if these two brothers had used their, or I guess in some sense, I was going to say use their forces for good. You could say 50 Cent did use his force for good in this documentary, but to make this for 50 Cent, get rich or die trying, G-Unit, what? We in here. What? To like, this is a masterpiece of filmmaking. And P. Diddy, like the things this guy accomplished, if you could have honed that for the good of your fellow man, your brother, like who knows what good you could have done for the world. So it just made like on that weird kind of like inspirational aspect. I was like, man, anything is possible if you really put your mind to it. That being said,
Mark Obi-Wan said the same thing to Anakin. You know what I'm saying?
That's where I was going. And that being said, if you have no humility, if you do not do things for like the Lord and walk in God's light and just have a sense of reality and humanity, you will become a monster. You like a little like Attila the Hun, Diddy, like it's like this guy was a monster, dude. It's insane. Like the things that he done in this documentary. And then my last thought, I was like, I hope I never do anything to make 50 Cent mad at me.
Mark, I have to jump in because people hopefully I'm not taking anything from you, Shannon, but I have to jump in and say this. Diddy is a supervillain. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah.
But anytime someone says 50 Cent is a supervillain, I have to stop them. As someone who studies comic books and superheroes, 50 Cent is not a super villain. He's also not a superhero. 50 Cent is a vigilante.
He's chaotic
right?
He's chaotic
good. A vigilante. Like that is what a definition of a vigilante is. He is the supervillain to supervillains.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like when people think the cops in Gotham, what they think about Batman is what 50 Cent is. Like they think, this guy is a force.
50 Cent is Rorschach with a do-rag.
Yes.
Like in a bulletproof vest. Like this man is got the villains at night. Like dog, if after seeing this documentary, if I did anything to 50 Cent, I'd be calling him, hey dog, hey man, hey, it's Ross, hey, we had our thing, like I don't ever want he's gotta be in a good way, one of the pettiest people on
Yeah.
this planet. It's got to be like Eric Cartman, Lex Luthor, Reverse Flash, like 50
He
Cent.
might be tied with Reverse Flash. I don't know if he'll go that much lower. He might be tied with Reverse Flash. He's not
like,
Cartman. Cartman is horrendous, but
like,
he
Yeah.
might be right under that.
like
Yeah.
to put this together out of sheer I think 50 Cent has good intentions in him, right? I don't
Most
think
most
this
vigilantes do.
but Nels, hear me out. I don't think this documentary was made because 50 Cent's like, I'm gonna expose the truth and help these people. 50 Cent was like, oh, I'm gonna troll Diddy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a piece of film that's gonna last forever. Your grandchildren are gonna see this. Your great grandchildren are gonna know about this documentary. Like we talked about Not Like Us. And then even like Meet the Grams, and I said like as a father, like Meet the Grams would horrify me. Like, could you imagine this piece of art or just like
So well done.
documentation?
So well done.
Just
But
it's
but
gonna
also,
aliens will see this. It's in space.
yeah.
Intergalactic beings are gonna see what a monster you are.
But you know what's so horrible too? It's like the fact that you could have prevented all of this, like one, like literally, allegedly, Diddy,
Allegedly.
don't
Yes.
do the things that they say you did. Like one, that's one way to prevent it. But
Yeah,
secondly, the other piece is like this wasn't 50 Cent following him with a hidden camera. He Diddy pretty much made all of this himself. And
hubris.
yeah, and to my understanding, allegedly,
Allegedly.
the person, what is the people who like were filming and everything, he ended up not paying them or doing or carrying through with whatever the contract was. And so 50 was like, oh, y'all got footage? Let me go ahead and buy that. And so it was like it wasn't even like 50 Cent say, oh, let me
With a
sneakily put it
smile
together.
on his
Yeah,
face.
It's like Diddy already made this for himself, and all 50 had to do was just rearrange like a puzzle. Like,
dog,
like
dog, and then
Ruthless.
just that opening footage where he's in the hotel room,
yeah.
and I think it's the police are watching him from across the balcony, and he's talking to his lawyers, and he's like, "We gotta get the dirty of the dirty." He's like, "We gotta get
Mhm.
international." Like he wanted like the expendables of lawyers, basically. He's like,
Mhm.
"I don't care where they come from, but but dog, just this man has people follow him around to put his chains on him.
Mhm.
Like, why? Why? Other than your own hubris, your own pride, like, what are we doing, dog? Like, and that's the unchecked, power, ego is dangerous, man. You got to keep yourself grounded because, like,
Yeah.
this did not happen overnight. It was always in him.
Mhm.
It was always in him, but it just
Yeah.
he just Vegeta, dog. He's Vegeta who never met a Frieza.
Yeah.
Like that. That's what it was.
He humbled.
And then he did.
And then he
Yeah.
finally met
Uh-huh.
And then he did, yes.
Yeah.
50 Cent coming down that little Frieza ball.
That's like the scary thing because like the money and power, it doesn't make you evil. All it does is amplify what's already in you.
hmm
So it's like, bro, if he would have been just broke, he probably would have been like a broke person, maybe with a bad attitude or cocky, or but
That's
because
the
he had
thing.
billions, he
Diddy
was
was never going to
like,
be broke, though.
He was never going to be
that's true,
broke.
that's
He was
true.
never
Yeah.
He would
going
have
to
been a
be
lot of
broke.
things, but he was never going to be
Never
broke.
going to be broke.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But it's like,
Mm-mm.
dang, man, you saw him dancing like every little step I take. Like, dang, man, well, you could have just been a happy hip hop, mogul. But man, dude,
I, 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 I know this is a reflection on Diddy, but like, actually, I'll save it. I'll save it. I have thoughts on Diddy, but I will wait. Shannon, do you wanna jump in with your thoughts from the documentary?
Sure. Yeah. I got a couple of them that are some things going through here. So at its simplest, obviously I mentioned, we got some recurring things, but at its simplest, Diddy was a monster. Based on this, he was a monster. And I'm gonna be honest, podcast crew, I'm gonna say allegedly and stuff like that.
Allegedly,
Me
allegedly.
personally, I believe he did everything they said he did, and but I'm gonna
No,
say allegedly from losing
Allegedly.
friends.
I allegedly.
Allegedly. But I'm gonna say, like, based on this, Diddy was a monster. And so, we mentioned there was the sex trafficking, there was hitting women. Like, there was no point where it sort of said, oh, like in the year 2004, that's when like he did this horrible thing. It was all like things were happening from the beginning. And
Yeah,
so, because at one point, if I'm not mistaken, right, they were like he hit his own mom, right? Was
Yeah.
that, yeah? And I'm like, what? Like,
Now, granted, she was beating the brakes off of him.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
they
Allegedly.
his friend. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. His
allegedly.
friend, his friend was like, "Woo." he's like, man, we used to play at my house, cause.
Yeah. But so that was like definitely like monster behavior. Like, yeah, from like hitting women, period, hitting his mom, like the sex trafficking, the way that he was able to, that showed all throughout, where it, like, one, there were a lot of people who were sort of like the yes people. They're like, they're like, hey, I'm not gonna say anything because it's gonna mess up my money. But I think there was also a level of people where they would have liked to say something, but they had already incriminated themselves, like whether it was voluntary or
Yeah,
involuntary. Like,
and
I
and
know.
I, and not to cut you off, Shannon. I think a lot of it was like, I think it was a couple things, like two things. I think those yes people, it was like, oh, I'm just going to work every day, and Diddy's like my boss, and we make beats, and like, oh my God, he just like punched someone in the face and did drugs off of their like dead body. I
Mhm.
guess I'll go back to making. You're like in shock, and then I think it
It's
was.
like now it's time to make all about the Benjamins.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like, this Negro might kill me. So, I'm just gonna like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I think of that, and like I was saying, yeah, even with the people who,
Special delivery.
yeah, I need
Leave,
that
edit,
special
send.
delivery. But
Now
yeah,
don't
Jagged
kill
Edge.
me.
Jagged Edge here and scream in the background. Girl, I'll trade it all.
Trade it all.
Anything. Anything at all. Baby girl, I'll trade it. Oh, okay, guys. Here
What's
you
the
go.
flight back to Atlanta?
but yeah, like and I was like, I think of the people who, like, yes, who they were like, hey, I'm not gonna say anything because it's gonna mess up my money. But I think of those who, I think some people were already like, I think of that producer. I cannot remember his name, but there was a producer who was
Lil
in there.
Rod, I want to say his name
Yes,
is.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
him. Yeah, Lil Rod. Like, I think of him, and he's like, before he even sort of really knew what was going on, he was in this situation where he was like, well, dag, I feel like I can't really tell because he was like, if I start telling on something, then technically I have played a role
Yeah.
in sex trafficking because I went out there with the hat on to like get women to come
Mm-hmm.
and to
Mm-hmm.
the place. And then on top of that, he's sort of like, I mean, we just be doing whatever they were doing, whatever drug, whatever. But he's like, and then next thing I know, I wake up like, and I'm in the bed with Diddy, like that. And I mean, and there is this, honestly, maybe this piece of toxic masculinity or whatever. Where like, if a man were sexually assaulted, he is afraid to, he'd be like, I
Say
feel like
anything.
less of a man
Yeah.
to say that. And so already he's like, well, dad, I can't even come public with this stuff because they're gonna
Yeah.
get me, so I can't even say. So it was interesting how he would already get people involved and wrapped up in stuff.
He knew. He knew
So yeah, so they can't even tell on him
how
because
to plant the seeds to like trap
yeah.
you in. And I think also we got to be aware of the world we live in now. Like I
Mhm.
said, as much of a hellscape as the world is, excuse me, in a pre Me Too world, someone like Diddy, nothing ever happens to him. In the documentary, he constantly got off like evidence. People are like, I got shot in the face. Diddy did it, and like,
Yeah.
and even now he's only serving 50 months
Hmm.
for his. He still has a whole list of civil suits to go, to go through,
Hmm.
but he's only serving.
And growing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 So he's
It's
only
kind of
serving
like
50
Flintstones
months.
kids. 10
This
million strong and
and
growing. That's his civil suits.
like I was explaining to someone before he was even sentenced. I was like, "Do y'all understand?" I was like, "He's got a RICO charge.
Hmm.
Like that's used to take down a whole criminal organization. He's one guy
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
his own
Rico.
RICO charge, and so, but I do to get back. I think
Like
I
people that things that get Ricos have incorporated
Yeah.
next to
Yeah.
it. He's one person
he's one man. He's
with a
just sitting
Rico
there,
charge. That's scary.
and like, but I do think in a post Me Too world, the rich still have ways of getting out of things, but you have a little bit more. I had to say this, a little bit more credibility as a victim nowadays, getting your story out than you did maybe early 2000s, especially like in the 90s, man. Like it was your word against the rich guys, and usually they won.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think the problem is, and I will share more about Diddy, but I think the problem is power. Like Diddy, at the end of the day, was a gatekeeper to people's dreams.
Mhm.
There is only so many ways, so many record companies, so many people you can go to if you always wanted to be a musician, if you always wanted to be a rapper, always wanted to be a singer, always wanted to be a producer, and you a person of color, there's only so many people
Hmm.
you can go to, and Diddy is one of them, and he's
Mhm.
one of the best ones. It's
Hmm.
music wise, not people wise. Anyway, like
Allegedly.
allegedly, so like if that and it got to his head, and
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it's like he controls a record company. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, if you want your dreams to come true, like, or if you go against them, you may never be able to pursue your dreams again. Like, that's horrendous power for somebody
Yeah.
to have. But
Mhm.
that's what he had.
And just to jump on something that I want to make clear for maybe some of our younger listeners to understand. Record companies back in the day, like it was a big thing. Like, fellas, I couldn't name you one. I mean, there's some big one. I couldn't name you one like record company. Like, I remember at lunchtime be like, "Yo, if you got signed, who would you go with? With No Limit, Cash
Mhm.
Money, Bad Boys, Star Trek, Rockefeller." Like like people used to wear
That
the
was the
logos of
conversation.
shirts to the record companies. That it was a big deal, dog. And like the music industry has significantly changed. But like to piggyback on what you said, like there was only like a couple of ways to get in this industry, and Diddy was the head of like one of the best at the time. You
Mhm.
know?
Hmm.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. And I'll throw in two more things that like stood out to me about it. So, to no surprise, he was great at PR, spinning the story. Because I look back at, I don't even think they mentioned this in there, but Rock the Vote. Like,
Yeah.
and remember that time when he was doing that? They
Vote or
did,
die.
Vote or die.
yeah,
Yeah.
Vote or Die. And I remember there was a time he did I don't know why they were recording him, but like he ran the
The
marathon, was it
marathon.
New York
Yeah.
City Marathon?
Yeah.
Like he ran
A
the
little mini documentary about him getting
yeah.
ready to run the New York Marathon.
Yeah, so it was like this whole piece that they put on Diddy, and I think for many of us being fans of hip hop and knowing things then, at least for me, my image of Diddy was like, okay, he's a bit of a shady businessman, like, because they're like, oh, he doesn't pay the artists their worth. He's still paying them, but he's not. He could pay them more, and he's not. And that was about it. Like he's sort of annoying, but he's there. Like that was basically my
Yeah.
extent of him. And then to find out that like, oh no, I was just good at spinning PR. That's the image I wanted y'all to have of me. This is what I'm doing
He
behind.
got the key to New York City.
Yes,
he
yes,
got, he got the key to one of the greatest cities on the
yeah.
planet.
And I look at, the piece I started with as we were just, joking around with our intros, like, if you don't want your producer dancing in your video, this and that. Like even in that moment, remember he spent it sort of like, "Hey y'all, I'm just here to show love. I respect all the artists." He didn't say this, but just him being like, "Hey, I'm just a humble guy. I might be a little goofy, but I'm just trying to show love." And maybe Suge Knight is this big bad dude, but hey, I'm just showing love. I'm
who?
and that like what dude was horrible, and got
Who?
somebody killed a few nights later. Like this,
Listen, like allegedly,
yeah,
Yeah,
allegedly,
allegedly,
you know,
allegedly.
allegedly.
guys, have you? Have you guys heard that thing on the internet that's going on where they ask women would they rather be alone in the woods with a bear or a man?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Who knew that if between Suge Knight and P Diddy, it'd be safer to be alone with Suge Knight?
I'm taking Suge. I'm
Like
taking Suge 9 out of 10. I'm
Suge
taking
Yeah,
Knight,
Suge.
yeah, yeah.
it's like
The
P
worst, I'm
Diddy.
getting whooped. Worst case scenario, I'm getting my tail beat.
I'm getting
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna walk away with a
Diddy.
bloody
Who
nose
knows what's
and
gonna
broken
happen?
ribs. I'll take that.
It's like Suge. Hey, you either gotta spend a night with Suge Knight in a haunted house, like with no lights,
Yo,
or
that is
like,
frightening.
or it's like,
Can we acknowledge Suge Knight in a haunted house?
that is terrifying. That is,
Yes,
yo,
yes.
even the ghosts are like, nah, no, you got this, you got
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
All you see is smoke.
yeah. The big cigar.
The
Like, is he
ghost,
there? Is
the
he
ghost, like,
there?
yo, he's still there, he's still out there.
Oh
Dracula's
my.
like, ooh,
I
is he
died.
still out there?
It was like I died once. I ain't trying to die twice.
Or
Oh
like
god.
P Diddy in like a well lit room, like it's like nah, I'll take shit back.
With just a big old gallon bottle of baby oil. Oh no.
Who
I'll,
knew
I'll go
Suge
with the
Knight was the
haunted
lesser of
house.
two? Like who knew Suge Knight would be the lesser of two evils, dog? Like
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Haunted house Suge
God tonight, yo. If I ever make a theme park, I'm gonna have a haunted house, and it's just gonna be Suge Knight in a like an old mansion, like no
It
other
is
like
terrifying.
no other people like rah, just like Suge Knight just what just like smoking like oh honey, it just closed the
Oh
Look,
god. Oh,
the
okay, I'm
the
sorry,
haunting
Shane.
three Suge Knight just
Oh god. Oh man.
oh no. And speaking of that, as you say, the lesser of two evils, this is my sort of like last point that really stuck out to me. So this was a revelation that I had watching the video. I'm gonna say this. I mentioned this to Niels at one point earlier, but so we talking evil. To me, Diddy is evil Kurt Franklin. And I say this because like Kurt Franklin, like I say this because like let's look on the talent side. They're like, everybody's like Diddy can't rap, he can't do this, he can't do that. And I'm like, Kurt Franklin doesn't sing. He doesn't actually sing. But he's still gonna be the face of the gospel record, the group, the choir, all of that. That's the same as Diddy. And I'm like, both supposedly, I mean, both don't have the talent to do that thing. Diddy's not a rapper. Kurt's not a soloist or anything like that. But he is going to be the face of it. Same with Bad Boy and everything. Diddy was going to be the face of the rappers, the group, the whatever. And I'm like, Diddy is evil Kurt Franklin because they both do the same thing in terms of like talent. And and I mean, I assume the reason I say evil Kurt Franklin because I assume Kurt Franklin pays his people fine and this and that. He's not doing bad stuff. But
Allegedly. Look, hey,
who knows? There
allegedly.
might be a Kurt Franklin documentary in the
You
works.
know what I'm saying? You know
In
what I'm
this day
saying?
and age, dog,
yeah,
there might be a documentary on the dude who made Bluey. Who knows? Like,
yeah,
Oh,
God, I
don't
hope
you
not.
dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
but to me that is the revelation I had. I was like, Diddy is evil Kurt Franklin. So it's like,
I,
it's like we both have the same power. One used it for good, one used it for evil. So
I think you're
yeah.
spot on. I think
Yeah.
that is a fantastic pull. Like, and they also have similar type of childhoods too,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is wild. And like what's his name? Diddy learned one thing, which his dad was a hustler, and took that and ran with it and became Diddy. And Kirk Franklin found Jesus
Yeah. Took that around.
and became one of the biggest
Lesson,
gospel artists
lesson,
ever
message,
without singing.
message.
Uh-huh.
He might be
Absolutely.
the biggest gospel artist ever.
Yeah,
I mean, shout out to BB and CC Winans, but like, he might be bigger than them,
Yeah. And
and the
doesn't
man
sing.
doesn't sing.
Yeah. Yep.
You're on to something there, Shannon.
Yeah.
I think you're on.
Yeah. But yeah, so for me, those are like I would say like three big things that I pulled away from this. Like obviously, I know we'll talk some more. There's literal detailed things in terms of like, the celebrity basketball game, the deaths of Tupac and Biggie, how they relate to him. Like there's all of that. But I would say like just overarching broad message. Those are like three big things that I would say I pulled away from this.
Yeah. To before you start those, but the Biggie and Tupac thing, one thing that like fascinated me about that whole case. I don't know if you guys seen The Irishman at all, but The Irishman is basically like how it's like how in the world of the mob and all that, silence is you don't snitch. At the end of the day, you don't snitch. And it's like it's amazing that whole watching that this whole Tupac Biggie thing is because dudes weren't going to snitch. They weren't going to talk to the police. Like this thing could have been wrapped up back in like the early 2000s, but it's like no snitching, and it's just like it's wild to me. And like this day and age, that ain't
Nah,
happening.
people
Like
snitching
you,
now.
20
That
years,
that that
he
kind of
called.
wrapped up
Here's the
in
phone.
No.
kind of wrapped up into it. Once 2010 came around, we're
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
it's okay
yeah.
to snitch.
it's okay to
Yeah,
snitch. Like,
I feel like any of us would be like, "Hey, look, bro, I already called the cops. The white, they're on the way."
They're on the way.
I'm actually in the car with him. Yeah, pull right here, and it's
I
gonna be
gave him the
best.
directions.
Yeah, it's gonna be best you just come out safely. Like,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
but I'm convinced he had involvement with that, but I think he's smart enough to not directly be the point man,
Mhm.
but he had to say he 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 pushed the direction of how that night turned out. Definitely.
Can
Mhm.
can I agree. I think he did too. So before I jump in, I do think we should talk about the fact that like this man hired Crips.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not talking your everyday Crips. This is 90s Crips. You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't make him like this no more.
They don't make them like that no more. There's a reason we don't talk about Crips and Bloods no more.
Uh-huh.
Especially Crips. It's not a long type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? 90s Crips were just another level. They were like the evolved. They
Well,
were from Charmander to Charmeleon level Crips. You know
well,
what I'm
dog.
saying?
Nels, like don't lose your train of thought, but like yeah, like the 80s and 90s Crips, like they were national news.
Mhm.
People knew. It's like we talk about like the mob and like it's like the Crips and Bloods, like it was a known thing. Like these are street gangs, and
Mhm.
everyone in the country knew who the Bloods and Crips were.
Yeah.
That's the level of what we're dealing with right now.
We we had fake Crips and real Crips in Northern Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Now, fake
Mhm.
Crips are terrifying because they're just trying to figure out what the real Crips are doing. That's just a dangerous breed. But we had real Crips in Northern Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we got to see Crips in action. I can't imagine when New York Crips, let alone LA Crips.
Ooh.
Goodness gracious. And
With
he
a
was like, yeah, I'm gonna
manufacturer.
hire
The-
y'all. I'm
you
gonna
know
hire
what?
y'all.
It something just popped in my head. When I moved to Arizona, I remember there was a dude there who just like I don't know, he just had a problem with me. And I think he said he was I can't remember if he said he was a blood or a crip. I can't remember. But he was just like and I could tell this dude was so fake. He was so fake, fake, fake. And I remember they were like, "Oh yeah, I don't know his name. Let's just call him Calvin." Like Calvin said he's gonna whoop your ass at lunch, man. And I never did anything to this dude. I was like, I don't know. And it got to the point I was like, I'm done. I'm sick of this dude. I went over to him and I was like, "Oh, what's your problem with me?" Blah blah blah. And he's like, "Yeah yeah, this blah blah blah." And he pushed me and I knocked. He had his bandana on his head and I knocked it off his head. Right. And he was like, "Hey
Picked
man,
the
I'm a
wrong
real
one.
no, look, right? No, no, check this, check it. He was like, "Yeah, dog, you don't know my set, who I run with, blah, blah." I was like, "Dog, you're fake." I was like, "I don't even bang." And you know how I know you're fake? Because if what I just did, I'd be laid the F out right now if you were real. and I walked away and he never messed with me
Never messages.
again.
Because you've been around real ones.
It's
You
like,
know for a fact.
I wouldn't even think about doing what I just did if I thought you were real.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Oh, I love it. I'm like my quick Crip story. So I'm
Everyone
in
got a grip story.
yeah. So I'm in North Carolina, and so and I look back on it, so like I know y'all were fake because like why are you here? So we're at this church thing. It's like this church conference, this youth conference thing. And so I have on then I had like it was like a blue Calvin Klein shirt and it had big CK on it. Like, so for me, Calvin Klein, I don't
Calvin
bang.
Klein,
I don't
Yeah,
biggest
bang.
banger of them all.
yeah,
Shannon's like, I want the Klein, dog. I want
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Klein.
So for me, CK is Calvin Klein. I don't bang. I'm just unsuspecting. I'm just here at the church youth conference. And
Little
so
Shannon playing with his trucks. And what set you with? Huh?
yeah, and I'm and at this point, yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm a teenager at this point or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm just like church youth conference, cool, all right, cool. And then I noticed it was like two dudes, and I had heard someone was saying like, oh, like they crip, whatever. And that's like, still like you look back like, why are you at a church youth conference? But okay, like, and so. But I noticed I was like they kept staring at me because like I got the CK, which for them the symbol is like okay CK Crip Killer, like that's what the CK stands for.
Oh.
And so, but for me, I'm like it's Calvin Klein. I ain't suspecting. But I'm wondering they keep staring at me, and there was some point like I think I had stepped out for something, and they were out too, and they just kept throwing up their set like they were doing like their set with each other, and they just kept looking at me like just kept menacingly looking at me throwing up their set, and I'm just like, why they keep looking at me? Like what's going on? And then
They're
later, I
twisting
think
their
somebody told
fingers.
me, yeah, yeah. I'm like, that's a cool handshake. Can you teach me? Like,
I
but but yeah, and I mean it ended up it equated to nothing. Like somebody was telling me, and I was like, oh, dang, that's weird. But also, I'm like, they won't real because why are you at the church youth conference?
Why
And
you at a
also,
church youth
yeah,
conference?
and also you would have done something to me. Then you would have said something, or, if you were really
yeah.
like, oh, he rocking Crip Killer because he blood or whatever. But anyway, but
Shannon, I see this like Bugs Life scenario where you get tied into it. Like, I need a Crip Killer. Like Shannon's like the church. Like,
like, I got you.
I think you got me confused with someone else.
Circus Bugs, you're circus.
But I got the
Goodness
CK on my shirt.
You have the CK on your shirt. It stands for Crip Killer. And Shannon's like, no, he takes off his name tag, Calvin Klein.
So my quick crib story. I'll just say real gangsters when how the vibe changes in a party when they come. When they
Yes.
come into a party, the environment completely shifts. It's like the air gets sucked out the room and everyone quickly looks at what they're wearing. They know what they were wearing. They looked at the mirror. You at a party. You pick your outfit out, you lay it out. You look in the mirror about 2 times before you step out the door. But once some B's or some C's come through, you immediately look down at what you're wearing and you make an executive decision.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
they're coming here and you don't feel comfortable with what you're wearing, you are quickly leaving the door.
Dog.
Or
Yes.
most of the time, you can just sit back, relax, and not say a damn
Not
thing.
say nothing. Don't bump into nobody. Just
Mhm.
no. I know exactly the move you're talking about. It's like they're coming this way, and like you just hug the walls, and as they're coming
Yeah.
in, you just make your way
Yep, you just
quietly
all right, I'm leaving.
out
The party is over. Party is over for me. I hope y'all have a great time. I want no problems. Yes. Yes.
or this is always great. We're like, oh yeah, let's go to the store. And like you walk into the store and there's just a group of individuals outside the 7-Eleven and you're like, huh? And even before you get close, you just casually cross the street like I didn't want to go to the store anyway. You just
Yeah. You're like, where's the other 7-Eleven? I think it's about like another 10 minutes that way.
You
I'll just go to the other 7-Eleven. Or maybe I'm going to CVS. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my plans have changed. Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
All right. So my takeaways. First, I want to talk about how long it took for Diddy to get caught.
Hmm.
Now, I I I actually completely understand why it took so long for Diddy to get caught. You talked about the Me Too movement. I think that was part of it too. But one person said something that I found compelling and I wanted to expand upon just because of the nature of Pop Cult Crew. One of his former staff members said, I didn't want to turn him in because I was protecting the culture.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Yeah.
I want to expand on that because while Diddy is a monster, Diddy is a musical genius or just a genius in general.
Yeah. Invented the
He
remix.
made Jodeci. He saw Biggie and put a Coogee sweater on him. His thought process was like Coogee sweater when he met Biggie. He heard Mariah Carey's Sweet Fantasy and his brain went ODB. ODB is going to make this song perfect.
Mhm.
And lastly, I'll say I'm not sure if he invented the remix, but he damn sure perfected the remix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like I'm not excusing what he did, but I am naming to you all that he had his hands are all up on the culture. So
Yeah.
when someone who is working in this industry and is seeing their boss have a hand in making history and they feel like I have the power to ruin the history he just made if I say anything, I get why her thought process was like I have to protect the culture and putting that over the actual true horrendous things that happened. Now, I don't think she was right, but I completely understand if that's what her rationale is, why it got there.
Yeah.
Because Diddy legit is a genius. He's a terrible person, but he is a genius. The man made the remix, all right? I know I just said I don't think he invented the remix. I lied to you. I think he invented the remix. I think he invented it. So just that was the first part I wanted to say. I didn't
Yeah.
know if y'all
No.
had any.
I
Mhm.
think that protecting the culture thing is very interesting. I think is there's levels and levels and levels on that. One, you could chalk it up to like black people and like what kind of representation we have, what kind of idols or people we could look up to, and it's like we have to protect those people, at all costs sometimes almost because it's like, well, this is all we got, so like we gotta turn the other cheek. I do think it's an excuse, that not even an excuse, like you said, it was her rational thought. She was just like, if Diddy was a white guy, she would have called the police, right?
Yeah, probably. Yep.
But she's like, I gotta protect. Like this is look at what we've done. And like she lived it. She lived in New York with him, saw all that stuff. Like she was there for like probably the Biggie funeral, and so
Hmm.
like I could definitely understand the mental gymnastics she went there. But like, yeah, I think there's levels to all that. But Diddy definitely, it's almost like Steve Jobs vibes. Like Steve Jobs wasn't an engineer and all that, but he definitely knew what products or design or engineering needed, to make it like make Apple what it was, and that's what Diddy did. Like I think it was like Mark Curry. I don't know who it was. Someone said like he wasn't a producer, but he'd be like, no, put that here, do this
I,
there, and
I completely understand why you said Mark Curry, but literally everybody who was a musician who was interviewed named that Diddy has no musical talent.
yeah, yeah,
Diddy cannot hold a tone. Diddy can't rap. Diddy can't sing. And it's like, I know we all say that, but then we actually watched it and I was like, oh, this man legit he cannot. He has no ability to flow. I didn't know people like that existed. I went to a white high school. Half of them could rap. You know what I'm saying? Half of them can rap better than absolutely better than Diddy. They're freestyle, the little freestyle circles that they force you in. I'm like, y'all are better than Diddy. All of y'all collectively here in this party are better than Diddy when he tries to rap. And that is
Mhm.
a shame. You know what I'm
No.
saying? And yet he was still able to make that kind of music just with, I guess, his ear. But yeah,
he had a great ear. He had a great ear. Like you said, like Mariah Carey, I'm gonna put ODB on this track. Like, no, who thinks of that? And it was iconic, you know. Yeah, that's it, man. He, like you said, he positioned himself in a place to be like, well, if I go down, I'm gonna take you with me, or like you're gonna destroy everything we built, you know. So
Mhm. Yeah.
sad,
Yeah.
man.
I just throw in like that's that's where that like the scarcity mindset really comes and harms people because on one hand we're like, oh, it is horrible that there are, this many billionaires or owners of businesses that are not black. Instead they're another race, they're another, whatever it might be. And it's like we need more of those. But then like that scarcity mindset, it has people feeling like, oh, like there can't be many of us. Like there's only going to be one or two, so we need to put all of our support behind them and make them, the biggest or whatever. And I'm like, this is where that really came and how it's
Yeah.
harmful on two sides. Because I mean, on one side, yeah, it's harmful because we need more representation, period.
Yeah.
But on the other side, it's like because there's not many, he was one of them, and it's like people are like, "Yo, I can't take him down because that's gonna, we've got, I mean, I'm making up a number. They were like, we've only got like three people like this that are like holding up the culture and this and that, and I can't take one of them down. And even if somebody tried to, they'd be like, oh, that's just them planting something, trying to take us as a culture, us as a people down when it was like, no, you were just an evil person, and it's like if we had more people in these positions, then maybe we would be like, oh yeah, you're evil, you're doing horrible stuff. I can call you out and then not feel bad about it because it's not taking down the culture. We've got more billionaires, we've got more music moguls, whatever it
I
is
mean,
that are
the
not
man
doing
is a
horrible stuff.
mogul. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't throw that title around
Yeah,
yeah.
just being like a mogul. I don't know
Mhm.
how many. I mean, I think there's more now than there was in the 90s, but like in the 90s,
Yeah.
there
yeah.
weren't that many
But
black moguls like that.
Mm-mm.
So,
but you know what? He created the environment to normalize that for these people too. It's just like
yeah.
that's Diddy, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. Like that's Diddy. He's
Yeah.
brought to you by Elijah. You know,
Yes, yes.
performing the lights to God. Like, cause like they were just like, well, this is what happens when you're with Diddy. He just does these things. And it normalized. It was a massive. It was like an abusive, not relationship, but an abusive like organization. He just
Mhm.
created this dome of abuse, and when you live in that, you're like, oh wait, this is normal. This is how normal people react. This is how but like he just normalized all that for these people. So that I think that contributed to them like them's the breaks. Yeah, sometimes these things happen. But hey, let's go make this I Need a Girl part two. Like where can I just say where's Loon? There's no Loon in this documentary. Loon
Loon
got
is
out
living his
clean, dog.
best
Loon was
life.
like, I'm out of
Loon's
here.
living his best life.
Loon was like,
So,
3 songs and I'm out.
so this is my second point. The interviews. The interviews for this documentary were fascinating, and there's two that I want to talk about. Number one is the juror, the Indian juror.
Oh,
To
dude.
this day, I still don't think he knows who Diddy is. Like, I think he's like, he must. I think he's a musician or a businessman. He's probably a successful businessman, and he was in love. They're in love, and they
Oh,
argue in hands. You can't clap with that one hand. You need two
yeah,
hands. I'm like, brother, do you know who this man is? This is a
bruh.
billionaire.
Yeah,
You don't know who this dude is?
Nils, thank you for
Like,
bringing that up.
he
Like,
this
really
even,
dude,
is.
even,
like, I thought it was hilarious. Because this concept was like, I did, like, we've known Diddy for 30 years, and this man
Mhm.
is just like Sean, this Mr. Combs
Mr.
guy, so
Combs.
on and so forth.
Why
Yeah,
would you go back to him if you love him? It's like, I was like, dog, that part infuriated me. I was just like, dog, we can't, a jury of your peers. No, I don't know. We got to fix that because people are
Yeah.
just, there's too many
Mhm.
stupid people in this world. To
Yeah.
Diddy.
that's
I
the
think the takeaway is Diddy has amazing lawyers that had like a good hand in selecting who the jury
Yes.
was gonna be.
that yeah.
Just stellar lawyers.
Dog, because I'm like, that terrifies me if it like a jury of your peers, that many stupid people out here hold my life in the balance, hold evil people's life in the balance. When the woman was like, And when we gave him the verdict, I was like, "Oh boy, what did we just do?" I'm like, "Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?"
yeah,
Like, well, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I was getting 12 Angry Men vibes. Like,
Stellar,
yeah,
stellar jury select. Like the
yeah,
Diddy's
yeah,
lawyers are stellar, bruh.
yeah. That's why I was
and he
like
would
that.
look at us and we'd be like, "Well, that's crazy, did he?" Like, I'm like,
Yeah,
"What the
yeah.
fuck is going
That
on here?"
that further convinced me that me, you all, and people that are like our friends and like-minded, why we will never get chosen to be like jurors on like a a serious case like that. Because I mean I mentioned there was one of the times I got called in for jury duty. I got to the point they were asking questions, and it was and basically one of the questions, it was something along the lines of like, do you believe people in authority would like lie about something or something like that? And I was like, yeah. And I
Yes.
was like, yeah. And at
Yes,
that moment, I knew they were
absolutely.
like, okay, you can go home now. Like, like just the way they and
Did
so
you think rich people were alive? Of course. Well,
Yes.
obviously, this guy's
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
And so I mentioned that because I'm like, yes, as he was saying that whole piece of what the guy was like, this is sort of like a Romeo and Juliet type of thing. And also, like, she had a choice. There were two adults. Why would she go and do this? You can't have it both ways. I'm like, that train of thought would never be in my head to be like, oh, there's this woman and there's this guy who's in this large authoritarian, piece, has all the power, all the money, physically can hurt her, and she and me just think, oh no, she's there because she wants to be. Like that
Yeah,
would never enter my head. I would be like,
yeah.
but those are the jurors that got chosen.
I get that he beat her to an inch of his life, but why would she go back if she wasn't in love? It's
Yeah.
like, what the hell are you talking about, dog? Your
Mhm.
quick
And he
little
probably,
jury.
and what
Go
makes this
ahead.
funny is he probably don't know who 50 Cent is either. Like, you want me to show up for a documentary for the jury I was on? Okay, I don't know. I know because he must have been pretty big, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He must have been
ooh.
a really good businessman, huh? Okay, you just want me to talk about the trial? Sure, fine. I thought he was hilarious.
Oh my God.
And frightening at the same time. Like the
Mhm.
audacity of this man to not know who this man is ridiculous. So that's one. The
Uh,
second one is 8 years of sex working.
Mhm.
That guy said he did 8 years of Diddy and Cassie as a client. I don't, he didn't, he said former sex slave. He never said when he stopped. And I'm not quite sure when he started. All I know is he had 8 years.
8 years.
Cassie and Diddy.
Can I just 8 years? How much money do you think this guy made? 8 years, $6,000 a trip around. Every time he said he
How
got
many
paid
trips do you
six.
think he did a year?
Oh, at least twice a month.
Oh no, no, I don't think it was that frequent. I don't think it's that
You don't
frequent.
think so?
Let's meet. I thought at twice a year.
Because it sounded like once it got to like, it sounded like it just kept ramping up to the point where he would just go to places with them. Like he was
Yeah,
part of the entourage.
because when he went with them, you got to remember they were on some ragers, so it would last for a while.
Mhm.
So he might go expecting to go for 24 hours, and he's there for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Until they get it all out the system. You know what I'm
E-
saying?
Even then, yo, can I
Oh
be
my
the way
God.
he's like, yeah, we doing this for like 24 hours, 3 days straight. What? Okay.
For 8 years.
Because I'm just like you know how we grew up sometimes like hearing the love songs like I want to do it all night long, and then and then you get to that
And
age where
then
you're
you
doing it's
become
like,
an adult.
yeah, you're like,
Man, if you
no,
don't get
no,
away from me,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
don't, you don't-
I don't know what it was like. Would you 20, 30, 40 minutes tops? I don't know. But you like whatever your timing is, and you're
There's a
like,
certain point when you grow up that it's about how long you last, and then you hit a certain age, and you're like,
let's
how can
get this
we?
in.
How quickly can we make this
How much
enjoyable
time
for
you
both
got?
of us? And
yeah, yeah. Because we
How
we
get
much
to
got
time?
bed. We
we
be
got
proud when it's like, oh, hey, we got it right. Let's get some more sleeping. You know what I'm
especially,
saying?
you're like,
especially being married, you're like, ooh, and we got 20 minutes.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
You're like, we
This
got
man
stuff to do. We got stuff to do.
hours for 8 years.
Yeah,
And I can't believe how casually he said that, and the documentary kept it moving. No, we need a lot more time on this brother. I need
yeah.
to understand his life.
No, you know,
How?
Nels, I'm telling you what happened. They they interviewed that guy. They interviewed that guy for a month, and the editor was in there, and it was like, I can't use any of that. I can't. We
Let's
can't.
just let's just focus on this last 20 minutes he said to us
About
when
this
he
much
talks about
document.
casting.
Just use this part.
They were just exploring this man's life. So where'd you grow up? What did
He's
you
like-
eat for breakfast every day?
Yeah.
They kept running out of. They kept running out of filling up the memory card. Like, hold up, just put it.
Because I imagine like, because at first he was like, I was doing this like sober, like completely. So this is just me, all natural. And then it was like, and then I was like, how are y'all doing it for like 2 days straight? It was like, oh, then there were drugs involved. Either way is ridiculous. Like,
And he was like, and so I took it and then I understood. I was like, you're a monster. No, I won't call him a monster. He's a machine. I found him fascinating. Okay, just wanted to say that. Let me get to my last part. The last thing I have is there are two extremely obvious winners from this documentary. Now, there could be more winners. And I want to focus, us being pop culture, I want to focus on the positivity. I'm not going to focus on, folks doing time and folks who have gone through some horrendous things. I'm going to focus on the winners. And I believe there are two of the biggest winners from this. The first one is Alex Stapleton. Who is Alex Stapleton? Alex Stapleton is the director and producer of Sean Combs' The Reckoning. That was an amazing documentary.
Yeah.
I will pay attention to whatever she makes in the future. And in fact, she is making a documentary on Brittany Grimes' time when she was in jail overseas and on Terrell Owens. Let me tell you something.
Yo.
I will be watching both of those. She has a fan out of me. So just wanted to talk about Alex real quick. Yeah, any cool? Can I keep?
Yeah.
Yeah. Griner. Sorry, Brittany Griner. I was
Brittany
like,
Griner, yes.
Yeah. But yes.
My bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right. You interested? You gonna watch it?
Yeah. I'm already put what how you put in Netflix save to my stuff or whatever, and it's not even out yet. Let me go and put that there. Save to my
The
stuff.
second winner is the Locks. Everyone Diddy messes with is either dead, got really into religion, broke, and strung out, or you never see them again. The Locks were on a Versus not that long ago, looking healthy. Looking healthy. They did one album and Styles P threw a chair at Diddy and were able to get out and beef with the Rough Riders, made another album, and then they just became solo artists, and they're still friends. They're still
so
friends.
Nels, I would have paid like they were with Diddy, like you said, everyone who with Diddy, their life went in a certain direction. They went to a label where the highlight artist is a man who thought he was a dog, and they're living their best life.
You gotta remember. The Locks, their original name is Warlocks, number one. And number two, they're from Yonkers.
Yeah.
They saw DMX and was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He reminds me of my cousin.
Yeah.
That's very normal for them. Guy who barks, that's it. Compared to that weirdo, Puff Daddy.
Abusers know who they can abuse.
Mm-hmm.
They know who, and Diddy, he I'm not saying he tried anything with the Locks. Maybe he did. But it wasn't gonna go down like that, with the Locks. So
when the Locks threaten you, it's a very real and specific threat. And Diddy knew anything they said, they meant it. I think there was an interview with Jadakiss was like, you doing all that talking, but ain't nothing like a fridge coming down a skyscraper. You can't really stop a fridge going down a skyscraper. Diddy called the radio station. He's like, why are you talking about fridges coming down skyscrapers? believed him. He believed him. And that's why they got signed to the Rough Riders. You know what I'm
And then
saying? So
and that's such a scary threat because like, are you threatening me? Are you just using a random like metaphor? Or, like, I don't
Uh,
know. I don't know what it means, but it scares me.
of all the ways to hurt somebody, why would you use such an that's Tom and Jerry stuff, dog. Why would you why would you do something? That's Looney Tune stuff, dog. You
you're
gonna
too
kill me with a Bugs
creative.
Bunny joke, dog?
You're too creative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, life is all fun and games till a piano drop on your head and then the keys come out your mouth. We gonna make them see birds spinning around. Yeah, life is all fun until you tie to a train tracks with dynamite and just like the locks were like them old
And
school
it's
villains.
and it's even more intimidating because they don't find it absurd. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get dynamite.
Sheik looks like an offensive lineman. He's just going when Jada Kidd said something like that. Like, why aren't you laughing harder, or why are you not laughing at all? Because
No,
you don't find it funny. But a
Hey,
simple
me,
chuckle doesn't make me feel comfortable at
you,
all. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
So
it's like yo, we riding tonight. Everyone, they got their pieces. The locks have like them old school cartoon bombs with the string on. Like, they got the like dynamite, like dude.
and an anvil for some reason. We got an anvil.
Acme on it. Styles
Big
P
old
just
mallet.
walking around with an ample. I get high, high, high. You know,
Big old mallet. Boom.
and nobody messes with them. Everyone is shook because they got tune powers. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I think they're the winners out of all of
Yeah.
this. All right, y'all.
Oh
Anything
man,
else?
dude, not
Oh, God.
not to bring the mood down, right? But a part of this that shook me to my core because I really try to put myself in the mentality of this person was the Aubrey O'Day interview,
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
and just like witnessing, not in real time but on the screen, the thought process and emotions. Like I hope she's getting help.
And just a warning for folks who, because this could just be a sensitive topic for
Yeah,
folks, but yeah,
but yeah, it's a sexual assault. But I hope she's getting help because like the astonishing thing about that part is either maybe she really doesn't remember or her mind is blocking it out,
yeah,
but she doesn't want to know the answer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And then what she was saying about the person who was in the affidavit,
Affidavit. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. She said something like she was mad, but then she was like, if I come at this person, it could ruin all the other people who are coming after him. And I was just like, dog, like talk about the weight of the world, like
yeah, man.
the personal sacrifice to like come to that conclusion, like my own personal
I can't
pain.
seek justice because it might actually cost justice for everyone else.
Mhm.
I was like,
That's
oh my
wild, yo.
goodness, dog. I hope she is getting help. I hope she is at peace. But that,
I hope the documentary and the response from the documentary helps in the healing journey. But
yeah, but
I'm
just to
sure it's
be
gonna
in
take a
that
little bit
mindset,
more than that. But
yeah,
that's I hope that helps a lot.
that blew my
Whew.
mind, man.
All right, y'all. Anything else before we wrap up?
Again, I hope I never make 50 Cent mad at me.
So
I
true.
think I think there's a reason it's called the golden rule. Just treat others the way you want to be treated.
Hmm.
And Diddy got treated the way he was treated. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, it just so happens that we know exactly who the person was that he treated that way.
Yeah.
But I think you never know who's 50 Cent in your life. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
if there's a lesson to take from this pop cult, treat others the way you want to be treated, because someone might be your 50 Cent.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah.
waiting for you. Just
Just waiting in
waiting.
the dark, just time, just Saruman soon. But
Saruman.
but I wanna give not really a shout out, but no, we bonded on our love for like Shady Aftermath G Unit when we
Oh
were
yeah,
in
yeah,
high
yeah,
school.
absolutely, absolutely.
And going back on it, dog, yo, Interscope, Aftermath, Shady, they all were taking like subliminal shots at Diddy back in the day. Like, do you remember the on the Bad Boys, the realists? We the realists, and
Hmm.
then 50 Cent is on there with Biggie, and he said something like, "New York, New York, I run the city, but I don't dance around like Diddy."
Hmm.
Yep.
And I feel like Eminem. I want to say there was a song where Eminem took some shots at Diddy, and recently there was I don't know what song it is, but Eminem said like something about oh my god, I can't remember, but he was like, did I just spell rapper without a P? No, he
Yeah,
didn't just spell rapper without a P, did he?
yeah,
And
yep.
Hmm.
rapper without a P, well, missing one P. I was just like,
Hmm.
dog,
Yeah,
When M and 50
because they
got
got
time,
Dr. Dre stories. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
Like Dre and Snoop probably told him, like, man, let me really tell you about Diddy.
Yeah.
And 50
Hmm.
was like, that's all I needed to know. I already didn't like him because he didn't sign me. So I just needed some information. That's all I needed to know.
I love before we go, I love 50 Cent's there's that clip of 50 Cent where he talks about like running into Diddy, and Diddy's like, I want to take you shopping. And 50 Cent's like, what?
Oh yeah.
He's like, and I knew what it was after that.
Yo, yeah, yeah. And then, fellas, have you seen that clip? It's like Diddy, Fabulous, and I think like some other people, and like you could just tell like the Fabulous energy is like Diddy's like, and he's just like Fabulous like, nah, dog, don't. And you could tell Fabulous is not comfortable and just does not want to be there. And Diddy's like, yeah, we hang out, have a party or whatever, and Fabulous like, it's just
It was like,
like,
no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no touch, no touching, no touch.
yeah. Nah,
I'm sorry. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
One more thing. I'm surprised there was, and maybe this is good for this brother. I'm surprised there's no mention of Meek Mill.
Yeah,
But this is a different story. But man,
yeah, yeah.
the Meek stories, dog.
Those got
And
to be wild.
and
Fonz
on
might think
that,
he knows some stuff.
thank you,
Oh,
Pop
wait,
Cult.
wait. I got one more thing. Before we before we go, I'll let you get in there. I just want to leave these last words with our audience. I know we're like, hate is a strong pill to swallow, but I urge you, audience, hate something as much as 50 hates Diddy.
Mm,
Do you
mm,
hate racism as much as 50 hates Diddy? Do you
mm,
hate just, oppression as much as
mm.
50 hates Diddy? So I urge you to hate something as much as 50 hates Diddy, and
Mm.
hopefully it will be for the betterment of the world because you think you hate you think you hate injustice. You don't hate it
No,
as
you
much as
don't.
50 hates
You
Diddy.
No,
know.
you don't.
And
No,
until you
you
get to
don't.
that point, you might as well sit down.
No, you don't. Mm-mm. If you did, because if you did, something would have happened about it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
Uh-huh.
yeah,
saying? We would have noticed. No, you don't. You don't hate it that much.
yeah.
Yeah, not that.
Mm. And thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Mark. And thank you, Pop Cult. Thank you for listening. We have a new episode every month. You can find us on all social media at Pop Cult Crew, POPCULTCREW. Email us at the Pop Cult Podcast at gmail.com. Become a member of the Pop Cult at our Patreon at patreon.com backslash Pop Cult Crew, where you can see all of our full video episodes. Don't forget to rate us, review, and subscribe. And as always, join the cult. Peace.
Peace.
We out.
Pop Coat Crew.